true to himself and really show the world. And I think that is going to be the first focus for my talks. It'll help the mission of the center because it'll help it remain the global resource for Jackson's life, and I think it'll just carry it on to today's issues. That is really, to sum it, I don't want to go on too long, but I have lots of other ideas. These will be loaded onto either a YouTube site or a Vimeo site, and I've been working, Drew's been very wonderful about allowing me to tap into the technological gurus in his district, and we're partnering up there to make sure that they can get loaded on. And there are definitely some clearances and things that I have to obtain and have already been in the process of obtaining, but overall that is where we're going with the project. So I'd welcome questions if you have any.
Just a couple of comments that I hope will be helpful to you. We have a wonderful picture of the adolescent Jackson standing on his feet, making his presentation. That was really what got his career started, was coming here to Jamestown and becoming a public speaker. He got involved in speech and debate, that kind of thing at school, and got on his feet and began making those presentations. And his whole career reflected that. His writing and speaking ability are so renowned. I turned on Charlie Rose the other night, and who was on there, but Larry Tribe, the famous constitutional law professor at Harvard who speaks around the world. He spent a couple of minutes of Charlie Rose's time talking about Robert Jackson being the greatest writer that the court had ever seen. It's a widely believed thing. And he got his start as a very young man. Now, talk about sixth grade. I can tell you from personal experience, they used to have a project at Beiter that was done in either sixth or seventh grade. It was in that first year at Beiter, where they did a career project, and they would be deciding what their career would be. And my daughter did that. We had no idea what her career was going to be. She was kind of a math maven and was very good at math, and everybody thought she'd go down that road. She did not. She did her career thing on becoming a lawyer, and that's what she did. But I polled all her friends, and every one of them chose the career that they chose in sixth grade. So you're right on the money with how formative this year is, and bless your heart, you're going to have those kids. Looping is unusual in the Warren County School District, but my daughter, who was in education, did it, and just like you, she knew the qualities that her student had, and you'll do nothing but good for those kids all year long. I hope you enjoy this year, and I'm so glad that you're involved in this project this year, because your students will have that opportunity to benefit from your first year of looping.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for all you do, Caroline. This is great.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, and really, I'm loving the idea of looping, and my administrator gave me the option of staying in fifth grade or moving with this group to sixth grade. And last year, and I said, I definitely want it. I love language arts. I want to do that solely. And it's been such a great experience. They have been really positive. All the procedures are already in place, and they just seem so excited about the year. I feel like I'm given an unfair advantage, honestly, because it's such a great rapport already day one we were learning. And I had a student who came into my classroom the first day last year, and I had never met her before, but she's a spitfire, and she said, Mrs. Hayes, I've never met you, but do you know the difference between jail and school? And I said, no, I don't. Would you tell me? She said, in jail they don't have grades or homework. That's it. And I said, well, I'm sorry from that perspective, but I hope to win you over before the end of the year. And let me tell you, she was contacting me all summer, emailing me with writings she had done. She came in day one. She had a book of they do these little cartoon characters, and there's a whole saga that's been going on that I've read to the class since last year. She said, to be continued, but this is it for now. And I said, oh, that's great, you know. So these students, they want something to be driven by. They want a purpose, and they want to feel like we buy into what they're selling too. So I'm really honored to be a part of this, and I think I'm so excited by it. I just think it's great. So.
I think this is just so interesting. I just love the whole thing. But when I was talking about those Jacksonian values, so essentially these Bob Talks are going to be communicating those values.
Yes.
So, which I think is really great because, no offense to all of us here, kids communicating those values are going to be way better than us communicating those values.
Cuter.
So I think that we could that harnessing that is going to be essential, you know, because I can see it, I can see the whole thing, you know. So perhaps this will take us in a direction.
Steer your best pet to
Yeah.
the Voice of Democracy contest.
Okay.
They'll win a little money, and they'll be able to expound on Bob Jackson, which is great.
Great.
And I did that with my students, and they went all the way to Washington, and I think your kid could do that too.
Wow. Yeah, I have one in mind for sure.
The Constitution Day project, students like create a poster on the Constitution. I got an email the other day that like a third of it is, you know, how you incorporate the Constitution and, you know, your knowledge of, and then there's another portion of it, the 2/3 is like a, you know, artistic ability, but, you know, you develop a project when you put that in, and I mean, there's another opportunity, once you guys mentioned this, that you can incorporate Jackson into something like that, even at the, you know, elementary, middle school, or high school level.
Absolutely. That's
My
great.
law school volunteers and Allegheny College volunteers this summer found Bob Jackson cartoons. You might want to show them to the kids.
Oh, they love those. Yeah, yeah. And And getting back to what you just said, Jen, I'll have one, my vision is for one student to tell the history of Jackson's life, how he was from where we are and all of that, and then the other ones will have different focus areas in line with his
So I think
values.
that's
And then I'm hoping RHJ Club can continue on and become a service trip oriented club, a humanitarian rights club. I'm already getting involved in the water project again this year where we're raising money for wells in Africa. That's all going to be through the club. So now all of those I've always loved humanitarian efforts, and we did a whole Haiti project, and now it can all just be through the club with his name slapped right on top, and then we can have our mission sort of be one cohesive unit rather than, well, okay, let me teach you science, and hold on, we gotta get this